Hey everyone, I'm just doing an impromptu drop-in. So if anyone's about, feel free to come in, say hi. If you've got any questions about menopause, if you want to just have something confirmed. Yeah, so we do drop-ins every so often in the menopause wellness community. And I'm just doing an impromptu. It wasn't planned. I thought I'd just finish a couple of meetings. I thought I'd just jump on and see if anyone is around, just to connect and ask questions to see how everyone is. Welcome to the Menopause Wellness community. I am Jackie. I am a menopause wellness practitioner as well as a menopause nutrition and weight loss management practitioner. So the Menopause Wellness community it's a safe space, as safe as it can be on here, to come in and ask questions, talk about your journey, because everyone's journey is completely different. And to just be educated about it. There's so much information out there, and because everyone's journey is different, a lot of the time in the community we just gather together and we share how we are navigating through the menopause. Thank you very much for the heart meet. But welcome. What have we got? Tavashil, welcome. Tracy, welcome. And Annette, welcome. So if you've not come across the Menopause Wellness community, we've been going over a year now, just over a year. We had our birthday on March the 31st, and we've been just doing so many different things, particularly things behind the scene. So we're looking forward to seeing what this year brings. But, if you got any questions about the menopause, do you know what? I've had this on Open Up. Hey, Claire, how are you? This wasn't planned. This was not planned, okay? I just finished a couple of meetings. I had 2 meetings this morning, and I just thought I'd just jump on. Haven't been on for a little while. It's been so busy. I've been extremely busy. I've been so busy. I actually was in Liverpool 2 days ago, and my goodness me, there's so much driving. You just don't realise just how much driving. But yes, how are you, Claire? How are you? Do you know what? I don't know. I still need to put this back to... Hi, Flower, how are you? Thank you for the heart me. Flower?
Hiya, I'm good. I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have osteoporosis due
Okay.
to premenopause.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
And I don't know, I just get confused on the diet area. Like, how can I strengthen my bones if I end up going like cheese and avocado? The health diet, and then my cholesterol a little bit elevated as well. So I don't know where to balance it.
Okay.
I don't eat
Do you
any
know what?
processed food, any junk, any sugar, any caffeine, no alcohol, no smoking. But whenever I try my best, it just I don't know which side to lean, because the cheese, I think is I've been eating cheese and eggs, and then end up the cholesterol a little bit elevated. So if I stop eating calcium, and then my bones has need it as well. So I don't know where to stand. Sorry. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to join you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely fine. No, I appreciate you coming into the community and asking the question. And the thing is, I'm smiling really because I just finished having a meeting and we were just talking about food, the food we eat, and how the food we eat absolutely has a contributing factor to our health, overall health.
Indeed.
And I think a lot of the time we have to be consistent. And the thing with our hormones and the declining and the fluctuating, sometimes we're okay eating one thing, like you said, you eat cheese. In a week's time or a month's time, your body may not be receptive to it as much because of the change in things. And there are factors as well. If we've experiencing trauma or loss, that can also have an impact on how our body's responding to things as well. We are going to be having a special guest, but one thing I would suggest you potentially consider, if you haven't considered already, is carrying out a food diary. Okay, so a food diary is just a basic list of what you are eating over a period of 7 days. The longer you can do it, the better. So over 7 days, the next 7 days, consider documenting everything you have consumed, even if it's been a pinch of something. You know that packet of crisps that your friend has just sent you, you like some, and you just taken a few, that needs to be documented. Okay, so over the next 7 days, document everything, and then after the 7 days, what you will have is exactly how you've eaten, what you've eaten for the 7 days, and then you can have a look at it to see if there are any trends in there. So a lot of the time, what I get back from clients is, I don't drink enough water, and it will highlight those things. So it can be something as basic as that. It may highlight that what you've been eating for the week is quite high in salt, or quite more processed foods than you realise. So this is what, the benefit is of doing a food diary would be. So once you do that, have a look at it. If you're struggling to find any trends, I'm quite happy to take a look at, of what I can find myself. Of regards to, there are going to be foods that are going to help with, symptoms as well. And again, this is something, I've got a list of foods that I can share with you. And the thing with this as well, because you've said that you've got osteoporosis, and you're trying different foods, maybe some herbs and spices, there are going to be things that you need to consider. Is it going to impact the symptom that you exacerbate the symptoms that you've already got? So what I will do is, are you able to DM me?
Yes.
Okay, so if you send me a DM and I can respond to you and send you the list of foods, you may look at the list and think, okay, I'm doing this already, but there may be things on there that you find useful. I can send you the list of foods that I have that are going to be useful. And it doesn't just tell you the list, it doesn't just give you the list, it actually gives you an explanation of what the benefits of that is, and the suggested dosage, or the suggested amounts you would eat for the week for it to be of benefit. But like you've got this condition, what you don't want to do is take these things and then it exacerbates. So again, speaking to a specialist, as in you speak to a GP or a nutritionist, to find out, will taking a supplement exacerbate your condition? Okay, so do send me a DM, Flower, and I will send that over to you today. Are you still there? So, hi, Lady 44. How are you? How are you? Welcome, everyone. I'm doing an impromptu drop-in today. I just finished a couple of meetings and I thought, let me just jump on. Good to hear. Just okay? Just okay. I hope you're a bit better than okay. But yes, Flower, do send me a DM and I'll get them sent over to you.
I
Yeah?
did send you a DM. Yeah, I sent
Okay.
it.
Perfect. So once I finish the live, I will send over the information to you. And if you've got any questions, just come right back to me, okay? Because I'll send it via email.
Okay. Where are you based? Sorry.
I'm based in the Medway Towns in Kent, in
Oh,
the UK. Where are you based?
London.
Okay, London's not far from where I am.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I'll get that sent over to
So
you today.
yeah, in work wise, I'm just worried a little bit going back to work.
Right, okay. Have you spoken to your employer about that?
No, I mean like, to do the face written or the just like, short hours, like you mean? No, because I was based doing as a locum
Right.
for a while due to family commitment. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not in a permanent position to just to negotiate, give me like 2 days or 1 days, whatever it is. I don't have the opportunity, but I really want to go back.
Yeah, I wouldn't, do you know what, Flower? I wouldn't, just because you're a locum, I wouldn't just assume that you don't have the same rights as someone permanent there. You're you're going to be valued just as much as everybody else. So it's worth having a conversation, starting that conversation, and letting your manager, your supervisor, know what you feel your needs are to see if they can accommodate. Particularly with the laws now, they've changed around the employment laws, they've changed, and support is going to be there. Yes, it is with the larger employers, but it's worth having the conversation.
Yeah, I spoke to my the person I used to cover the shift, and then their response was, "Okay, when we have the shift, we will let you know," and that's
Yes.
it. And they
Okay.
don't, it's a hidden things they would do. They will not say that, oh, because you are now, you have been working 17 years now because you are have this condition. They don't say that you are less useful to run. They
Yeah.
don't say that. They'll tell you, okay, not to worry, we'll call you. Kind of that reassurance,
Yeah.
but not really things they will be given. Then they don't call you like before. It was under demand, then they call you every day, every morning. But
Yeah.
when it's you review that your condition, and then they'll say, oh, don't worry, we'll call you when shift is available. Obviously, they will not
Right.
call you. They will call your colleagues, your friend, because they know that you will be, tired. You will be having. You can't run when it's the emergency. They will call someone
Yeah.
else.
Do you know what I would suggest you do? Have a look at. Do you know ACAS? Have you heard of them?
ACAS, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Again, they're
Yes,
very
it is.
useful with advice, so you know your rights. And if you feel you're being treated unfairly, have a chat with them.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. But
okay.
I'll send you the information. When I finish this, I'll go onto the DMs and reply to your message. Okay. I'll speak to you a bit
Okay.
later.
No. Lovely. Thank you. Thanks for giving me this opportunity.
You're
Bless you.
welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a blessed day.
Uh,
So, hey everyone. So, right, this morning I had a couple of meetings. I had a meeting with a local authority to talk about some more menopause cafes, which is they started in January and they're going well. They're going absolutely well. And also had a meeting with oh, do you know what? I follow them on social media, and I have reposted some of the posts. It's now I have to get the correct terminology. He specializes. He's a qualified, and I can't remember what is. He's a qualified herbalist. I'm sure that's not the right word for it though. And we are going to invite him on in the community as a guest speaker, and we're going to be talking about symptoms and managing the symptoms through all these different things that we can use to manage our symptoms. Because again, I'm going to say it again, what we eat, what we choose to eat can absolutely have an impact on our health. So we need to be mindful about what we're eating, how we're eating. And this is why I'm always going on about do a food diary, because sometimes we're so busy with life that we do not stop to think what we've just eaten for the day, for the week, and doing a food diary allows us to just have a broader picture of exactly how we're eating. And then we can identify from there. Everyone's going to be different. Yeah, everyone's going to be different. We were talking about foods today and having a balanced diet. A balanced diet is going to be different for everyone. Very different. My balanced diet isn't going to be the same as your balanced diet, because there's going to be certain things that you can eat that I can't take, and vice versa. So everyone, but it's so important that to just know what we're eating. I still use the Yuka app, and if it's not on the Yuka app, a green light saying it's good or excellent, I'm not eating it. Hey Nanny, I'm finding I cannot eat veg anymore. Gives me, oh, you see, and I was just saying that to someone. Sometimes you can be okay with your body is accepting, vegetables, and then the following week or the following month or however it decides to change the narrative, and then you're not able to eat as much as you used to, or not eat it at all. This is why it's about getting to know your body again, getting to know your body and working with your body. Our body will give us signals, okay? Give us signs and signals and indicate what it needs. And we need to listen to it. We really do need to listen to our bodies. We have to work in partnership with it. We really do. Let me just go back to see some messages that I may have missed or comments. But welcome everyone. Welcome to the menopause. Welcome to the menopause wellness community. See, I was talking too far. Menopause wellness community. My name is Jackie, and I am a menopause wellness practitioner, as well as a menopause nutrition and weight loss management practitioner. And I've just decided to do an impromptu menopause drop-in this afternoon. Maybe for an hour or maybe a little bit more, I'll see. But if you've got any questions, if you've got any comments, sometimes we just meet up and just randomly just speak to each other on here. We are going to be having a guest speaker. I'm going to arrange. He's agreed to come on to the live and talk about exactly like what we was just talking about, the type of foods we can eat, and nutrition and lifestyle. I follow him, actually. I'll get his name in a little while. And things like sea moss. Sea moss is good for gut health. No, not everyone can take sea moss, and this is why you have to, if you're going to try these things, you have to just it's a trial and error thing. You don't know it's going to work until you start using it, right? I remember once a while back, I started taking magnesium powder form. It was the powder form, and it didn't work for me. It gave me a headache. That's what happened when I took it. Within an hour of taking it, I had an excruciating headache. So I stopped taking it. Obviously, before I stopped taking it, what I did was I took it again the next day just to rule it out. Just, was it that, or was it just, something that randomly happened? But yes, it did. I took it the next day, and again, it gave me a headache within an hour. So I just knew the powder form was not for me. So now I do take magnesium. I take magnesium glycinate now, but it's in capsule form. So sometimes we just have to have this trial and error time to find out what actually works for us. Hey, Just Empress, how are you? Big shout out to my community ambassadors, Claire, Just Empress, also Samantha, Lulu, Jen, and Poetic Angel. See, I remembered all of them. So yeah, thank you for the follow, Christabella. Thank you for the follow. So we're usually around. I've been getting back to doing regular scheduled lives, and at the moment they're one day a week. But I don't commit to say it's going to be on a Tuesday because my work's very busy. As I said, I was in Uxbridge on Tuesday, and then that was in Middlesex, and then I left from there and drove to Liverpool to work there on Wednesday, and then I didn't get back back home until Thursday evening. By the time I got back home, it was after 9. All I did was just showered and go to bed. I was just shattered. So I will let you know. Just keep an eye out on the page. If you are not part of the community and you'd like to be part of the community, all you need to do is follow. And then once I put things on the page, it will notify you when I'm doing the lives as well. So, Lady 44, how are you? I'm just seeing again all the messages that I may have missed. I don't like to miss people's messages. Thank you for the follow, Patricia. Welcome, welcome. Those of you who are new to the Menopause Welcome community, welcome. I need to slow down because I'm not slowing down and I'm trying to get my words out quick. And it's just, they're stumbling over each other. So we're not going to do that today. Absolutely not going to do that today. So if you've got any questions around, we can just have a chit chat. We don't have to talk about the menopause. It's good. I tell you one thing I've just recently done though. Talking about this community and building the community, we've got a few menopause cafes which are face to face, up and running now. And also I've just actually last night, 2:00 this morning, I went to bed. I finished just putting a program together. Because I truly, and I'm not going to let go of this, I truly believe if we are better educated as young females, by the time we get to our midlife and get to the menopause transition, I feel that, we could have a better transition through the menopause if we're educated better. So I've put together a small program, which I'm going to post out shortly, not today, probably next few days, around just understanding our cycle and supporting our future. So yes, we get educated around our menstrual cycles in school, but it's a clinical form, right? It's clinical information around this is what happens, but we don't get asked the other important things about, how is your cycle making you feel and what support do you need, those sort of things. So I think we need to be talking a lot more about this from younger ages. And it's not to say that you want to overwhelm a young person with the menopause. They don't want to be thinking about it at that age, no. However, the decisions we make in our younger years can absolutely have an impact, a positive impact, particularly if they're positive decisions, on how we navigate through the menopause transition. You can tell me if you feel I'm talking a load of rubbish. I truly believe that the more education, the better we are educated on how we should be looking after our bodies when we are navigating through the menstrual cycle years. Okay, remember 24% of women do not experience menopause symptoms, no symptoms at all. I was speaking to one of my friends a couple of days ago, and she says to me she did not experience any symptoms, no symptoms at all. And we talk about it all the time. So yeah, I believe that, better education will help, will definitely help. Hey me, good afternoon. How are you? I'm sorry to hear that. So what symptoms are you experiencing? If you don't mind me asking. Yeah, I understand why that was filtered, that one. It's the word you chose to use. What symptoms are you experiencing? Yeah, I appreciate, and thank you for sharing that, Patricia. I appreciate, because you know what? We live in a society that when we speak about when we have a conversations around things like menstrual cycle, menopause, no one wants to really hear about it. They feel that no, that's personal to you. But actually, it may be personal to me, but right now, it may well impact the whole environment, including you. Particularly in a working environment, particularly in an educational environment. If a young woman is at school and she has her menstrual cycle, that, what she's experiencing, any symptoms that she's experiencing will no doubt have an impact on how she's going to be able to concentrate and focus on her education. So why are we not having those conversations? Come on, we're not a backwards, country. We need to be speaking about these things. They're important, absolutely important. And I don't feel we need to be embarrassed about talking about it either. Yes, do you know what? Sometimes what happens is when you do talk about it, people do respond in a way that makes you feel embarrassed. But do you know what? No, I think we need to just be proud about talking about it, to be honest with you. And we're only going to be doing that if we start talking about it and get better at talking about it. Because it is. I remember I used to be so embarrassed when I went to work. Anytime I do a lot of training, and anytime I when I do training now, if I have a hot flush, I got so embarrassed about it, and I'd make an excuse. Oh, is it hot in here? But now, no, I'm not like that anymore. If I have a hot flush, I'm gonna say I'm having a menopause moment. I'm having a hot flush, and I deal with it. Yes, I understand that. Totally understand it. It wasn't spoken about it. And you know what? When you look at history, when women was navigating through their menopause, I cannot remember, was it 60, 80 years ago? They wouldn't talk about it. Actually, there were many women that were put in asylums because of their transition. There are some cultures that, celebrate it because, you're becoming, it's a new thing. They embrace it. And other cultures will not speak about it at all. It's a taboo. This is a life transition. This isn't something that we've chosen to happen to us. It is a life transition, right? So there are the 3 stages of menopause: perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. And I feel postmenopause doesn't get talked about very much because I hear many women say to me, oh, the menopause, oh yeah, I'm done with that now. Well, actually, are you done with it? Because I know for me, I went perimenopause, I had my menopause. Menopause happened because it's that one moment in that transition, right? And then now I'm postmenopause. And because I've changed the way I eat, and I truly believe this is the reason, I have gone from experiencing double figure symptoms to only experiencing 2 symptoms now. And that is based on the fact I changed the way I eat. And I'm managing the 2 symptoms that I'm experiencing. However, I track it so that it's to the point that I know what exasperates those 2 symptoms. The 2 symptoms are hot flushes and night sweats. I know for a fact, as much as I've cut out sugar out of my diet, I know there are odd times when I feel I fancy something sweet. If I eat that something sweet, then the night sweats are going to be visiting me that night. I know that. But it's about knowing your body and actually, do I want that? Do I want something sweet, or am I prepared to have those night sweats tonight? I feel the more we speak about it, the better it will be for many. And I feel that our generation, now we're having more conversations about it, particularly online. It's going to pave a way for the younger generation. The younger generation, our sisters, our nieces, our nephews, our daughters even, are going to be more confident to be better advocates for themselves, and they're not going to, hopefully by the time they reach this transition in their life, they're not embarrassed to talk about it, and people around them won't respond to them in a typical way that will make them feel embarrassed. Welcome everyone to the Menopause Wellness community. I am Jackie. I'm a menopause wellness practitioner as well as a menopause nutrition and weight loss management practitioner. Just decided to do an impromptu menopause drop-in this morning or this afternoon. So if you are around and you've got any questions, you'd like to come up and chat, just feel free to. But you can just, again, I'm just looking at the comments and questions on here, so I'm not missing any. Who is this? So yeah, the menopause wellness community is here to, we don't judge in this community, right? I am not saying just because you're a woman, you have to know everything about the menopause. Listen, there's so much information out there, and it's about learning. You are going to learn what your body is going to be doing whilst you're navigating through the menopause. It's here to educate people who are about to embark on their menopause journey. This is what we're here for. Hi, Mand.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I just wanted a question. I was 47 when I went into the menopause.
Yeah.
I'm now reaching 55. How do you know when you're sort of, I don't know, coming out of it?
Okay. So I'll go through the stages of the menopause. So you've got perimenopause, and the perimenopause, when you research it, it states that around the age of 45 to 55, you start experiencing perimenopause. So it can happen sooner, it can happen later for women. And when you start to embark on it, some typical symptoms will be things like erratic menstrual cycle. So it's not the norm for you. Mood swings and hot flushes. Those are the three common symptoms when it comes to perimenopause. Now, again, perimenopause can last, it says, 4 to 7 years. It's very different for every woman. My perimenopause lasted 10 years. There are some women in the community that are still in perimenopause in their 12th or 15th year.
Wow, because I haven't had a period for a good 5 or 6 years, I would say.
Okay, so when you now you have no menstrual cycle for 12 consecutive months, the day after that, then you are that's your menopause.
Okay.
Menopause is that one moment in time. So your body now, you're not able to reproduce anymore. That's menopause. You stop.
Right.
Yeah. And then after that, it's post-menopause.
Okay.
You're in post-menopause because you've not had a menstrual cycle for 5 years, did you say?
Yeah, maybe longer. It could be 5 or 6 years.
Okay. So post-menopause now, the day after menopause is now post-menopause. And women always ask me, when does the post-menopause stop? We are now in post-menopause for the rest of our life.
Right, okay. Because I have a Mirena coil, so it's hard for me to know where I am.
Yes, yeah. So the Mirena coil can mask symptoms.
Right.
Mask symptoms. And again, a lot of the symptoms we experience, and I'll say this from my personal experience, I've been able to manage them through changing my diet, the way I eat.
Yeah, I mean, I am eating healthy, mind you. I do like a sweet cake now and again, but
yeah. And don't deny yourself.
And a chocolate.
Yeah, don't. You know what? Don't deny yourself of it. Don't deny yourself, but just be mindful about these, things that we can do, the simple things we can do to make a big difference sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I do have a HRT patch I wear as well.
Right, okay.
Which really helps. I only really have night sweats, not all the time. Now and again, I will get one.
So do you know what exasperates your night sweats then? Have you noted that?
I wouldn't say I'm having as many as I used to.
Oh.
And I feel fine. I just feel tired now and again, but obviously I go to work, so that could be
Yeah,
that. But apart from that, I have quite a lot of energy, and
that's
yeah,
good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, so it's just it's a trial and error, really, isn't it? You have
yeah. I
to.
mean, how long do you stay on HRT for? Is it?
Do you know, I've seen so many conversations happening around HRT, and you go back and get reviewed by your GP. So have that conversation. I would say you're gonna do what works for you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just came across some information, a conversation that was happening. There was a lady, she was 64, just started HRT. There was a woman in her 70s asking about, can I go on HRT? It's what works for you. And I know some GPs will push against someone that age having HRT.
yeah,
You know, if that is what works for you, that is what you need, right?
yeah.
For
That's
me
correct.
personally, I just never went the HRT route because the research that I done I didn't like what I read, so I decided
Yeah,
that I would never do it. And I've been able to navigate through my symptoms through just changing diet and just having things like um, what do I use? I use things like evening primrose and starflower oil. I also use my magnesium glycinate capsules as well. I use sea moss and I take sea moss for my gut health. So there's different things that I use, but again, it's been a journey to navigate through it. I didn't know what was going to work for me until I tried it.
yeah. I mean, I've tried sort of the herbal remedies before I started HRT, and I don't think it worked for me, but
Yeah,
because I was really struggling. I thought, no, I
yeah,
really need to get help. But since I've been on HRT, I'm actually wonderful. I'm not having mood swings,
yeah.
or I go to work, and I'm fine. I just get a bit tired.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And this is the thing I always say to, you know, the menopause warriors that are on HRT and they say to me, oh, I feel embarrassed from being on it. Don't be embarrassed. What works for
No,
you works for you.
exactly.
If that is HRT, then so be it. You know, this is something that you've got to remember, that this is your journey, and
Yeah,
just because something is working well for you, don't stop taking it. You know.
no.
But no, I'm really happy that you found, that HRT is working for
Yeah,
you.
I don't think I could go without. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously one day I will try and not have it and see out what
yeah,
happens, but at the moment it's working for me.
yeah.
So,
No, that's good. That's fantastic to hear.
and that's that. I didn't really want to take the tablets, so I thought, okay, let me try the patch, and the patches are really good, really
Okay, that's
good.
good. That's good.
But
Yes,
thank you so much
you're
for.
welcome.
Thank you. Have a lovely day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. It's always good to hear your story, because everyone's story is different. No two journeys are going to be the same. Even if, I've got a friend who experiences night sweats or hot flushes, I guarantee you those night sweats and hot flushes are going to be at different levels. They're going to be on different levels, you know. Again, those of you who know me, I like my research, right? I like my research. And I was researching because I did I got some information here actually. I did some information for one of my menopause cafes. So I did like a did you know information. And one of them was saying about hot flushes. Hot flushes can last anything between 30 seconds to 10 minutes. Listen, 10 minutes. 10 minutes, that's real. Absolutely. Who would want a hot flush for 10 minutes? Just a matter of seconds are just too much for me. Absolutely too much for me. I've got some did you know here. So we know that research shows that about 24% of women 24% of women will not experience any symptoms at all or limited symptoms. So not everyone will experience menopause symptoms. This is why you hear some women saying, I didn't get it. I didn't get it at all. And then other women will experience symptoms. Menopause affects half the population, yet it's only recently been openly talked about in workplaces and media. I know we are talking about it a lot more, which is fantastic that we're talking about it. And we need to keep talking about it, right? We have to keep talking about it. And don't feel embarrassed about it anymore, because it is a natural transition that women will go through. Hey, Karen. Good afternoon. How are you? I'm postmenopause this last year. It's been high and lows lots of time. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Great highs, right? When you have highs, it's fantastic, but the lows. And this is the thing. During this transition, sometimes you can wake up feeling great, and other days you just feel, why am I feeling like this? It was beginning, was it on Tuesday? I think it was last week sometime. I can't remember. I'll be lying if I just guess. But just last week, I normally get blurred vision every so often, but I do believe that I had an eye injury, right? So I had a pellet gun in my eye when I was at secondary school. So I've got an existing eye injury anyway. So I'm used to waking up with blurred vision sometimes. But however, and this blurred vision only usually lasts about 24 hours. But because it lasted longer than 24 hours, I thought, okay, I need to go and get this checked out. So I went to the opticians and I got told that I've got dry eye. Now, so I must have had this condition for as long as I can remember, because even as a teenager, my eyes would water during, the summer, during the winter months, my eye would just water. And so I'm looking up this dry eye condition and I'm now saying, oh, okay, this makes sense. But I also have found out that I need to wear glasses for reading and driving. Hi, Debbie.
Hello, how are you doing?
How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. I'm not too bad.
Good to hear that you're okay. I hope you're more than okay.
Well, I wouldn't say okay, but I am okay. It's okay.
All right. So what are you up to today?
Well, I'm just chilling because, it's one of these days that you're trying to think on things and seeing what you need to do and prepare yourself to doing things. Because, these menopause, they catch up with a lot of people in different ways, like.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going through it myself.
Yeah.
And I've been through a lot of things in my time through this menopause. I've been through brain fog. I've been through feeling hot, cold. And also I've been like blurry vision. You mentioned blurry vision, and I'll tell you a little bit about that because it happened to me, like blurry vision, off balance.
Yeah.
And as little as I know, I knew what it was all about. It was the menopause doing all this. I didn't know, and it was. So the menopause can give you blurry vision. It can give you off balance. And I didn't know. But when I was getting this, the doctor told me then I had high blood pressure.
Okay.
So it went up to high blood pressure caused through the menopause again.
Yeah.
It went to 180. It went to, which was very high.
Okay.
And secondly, I'm on these tablets at the moment. I'm still being monitored by the doctor. So I'm not 100% trying to get there because these tablets are making me feel cold all the time.
Yeah.
And I think these tablets, I really don't want to be on, but I haven't got a choice. I got to take them.
Yeah.
But it's because I've had high blood pressure. And this is what menopause do. If anyone's got high blood pressure, you need to get it checked. I was walking around realizing I had high blood pressure and I didn't know,
Yeah. And this is the thing, right? We're always talking about, and I'm going to go through some of the symptoms here. And we're always talking about, menopause symptoms, and just because we know it could be a symptom, right, or it's written down that it's a symptom, do not take that. Go and get it checked out, like you said. So have to go and get it checked out, right? Because there are 34 recognized menopause symptoms, 34 recorded recognized symptoms, right, that they accept as menopause symptoms. However, we've got a list of 90, almost 100 symptoms here. I'll read them out in a little while, but the reason why I like to share this list with people, okay, it is just about making you aware. It's more awareness. I don't want to give it to you to let you feel overwhelmed in any way. It's that thing where, like you said, high blood pressure, your migraines. I'm getting more migraines than I used to, or I'm getting migraines and I've never experienced migraines before. Is it something that you need to get checked out? I would go and get it checked out anyway.
I would,
But it
because I
may
have
well
to.
be that it is the menopause is a contributing factor. This life transition is a contributing factor. Don't get me wrong again. I'm going to go back to eating, because even my brain fog, I used to take lion's mane for my brain fog, and I haven't had to take lion's mane for the last since December. And you know what I've been doing? And my brain fog's not there anymore. My brain fog's not there anymore. Wrong term. My brain fog is a lot better because I've been teaching myself how to speak Spanish.
Wow.
And by doing that, my brain fog is no more.
Gone.
But you can do research, and research shows that learning a new language helps with brain fog.
Wow, I didn't know that. Wow.
So this is what I'm saying. So I'm going to continue to teach myself Spanish. And when I get fluent in Spanish, I'm going to teach myself a different language, because this brain fog, I haven't experienced it since December.
I find that when I have to change my diet now, I'm on plant-based, I am.
Yeah.
Plant-based is working for me, and I have a lot of plant-based stuff now. I don't eat any other stuff, and when I do have stuff, it makes my memory much better than it used to be.
Yeah.
So I've changed a lot of things in my life through this, and the high blood pressure. I've had to go on this diet because the high blood pressure was giving me a problem, like.
Yeah.
And they told me to go on this sort of plant-based diet.
Yeah.
I have lost a bit of weight, which is, I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
And another thing I'm taking is the Plus Juice. I find it is plant-based. I'm drinking a lot of that with water.
Yeah.
So I find that I have that with my meals, and I feel full for longer, and I feel much better now than I used to, like.
That's good. And you know what? The beauty of it, everyone needs to find what works for them. As much as we are talking in the community and sharing what working for us as an individual, one size does not fit all in this, this life transition. It doesn't. And our bodies will change from day to day, to week, maybe from hour to hour. We have to listen to our bodies. But I'm glad you found something, Debbie, and just keep on doing what you need to be doing for you.
I will. Thank you very much, and I appreciate the advice. Thank you so much. But yeah, it took me ages to research for this, and if I didn't go on this, I would dread to think what could have happened.
Yeah.
I could have had the high blood pressure is leading into a stroke and heart attack. I really didn't want to get to that stage.
Yeah.
So I came from that,
Yeah.
and I'm on the plant base.
Yeah.
And my BMNI, or whatever it was 3.5.
Yeah.
And I find that with a plant base, it must have come down now. I could have been in the close of being diabetic, but lucky enough, I put it forward and turned round and changed my life around with a plant base.
And do you know what? That's fantastic. That is absolutely
I find that, within the 3 weeks I was on plant-based, I lost a stone, which was good. I've got to
Fantastic.
stick on it because I've lost weight on it, and I'm going to keep,
Yeah.
doing it because I need to lose 2 more stone. And once I get where I want, I'm going to feel better in myself, and all this menopause will slowly just disappear. Like,
Yeah, no, that's good. You keep going. You keep going. Yeah, but good
yeah,
luck with that.
thank
Absolutely good
you.
luck with it, and keep going. I'm going to read out the symptoms in a little while, but I just want to welcome Jackie to the platform. Hi, Jackie.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I am good today. It's just scrolling through TikTok and I saw your live, so I thought I'd jump on. This is a matter close to my heart, something that I'm dealing with at the moment, and finding solutions for myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, interested to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, no, do you know what? And I like the fact that you're saying that you're finding solutions for yourself, because this journey is not a one size fits all,
No.
and it is a trial and error. And we have to be so patient with ourselves. And this is why I'm always saying to the queens in the community, be kind to yourself, give yourself some compassion, give yourself some grace, because this can be overwhelming sometimes. It can feel overwhelming, because it's a journey inside a journey when you're trying to identify what works for you. Because it may be 1 month you're trying one thing and then it's not working, and then but we have to be consistent in what we are doing, and and then always track our journey as well. So, is there anything in particular that you are finding that is working for you? Is it this is a journey that you're just starting on? Is it new for you?
So I have found the HRT patch useful.
Okay.
It's really calmed down my symptoms. I used to use lion's mane.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're talking about high blood pressure, so I'm gonna have to try and figure out how to navigate that aspect of it. The brain fog has lessened, but I haven't been working for a while. So I took some time off sick from work because of the pressure of my job,
Okay.
and the perimenopause impacted my ADHD, because once your estrogen levels drop, it's harder to mask. It affects brain function. So ADHD plus perimenopause, everything kind of fell apart. And so yeah, I've been off work for a while. So I haven't had to take the lion's mane to deal with working, because that's why I used to take it. I'm going to start trying some sea moss to see what that does. I've heard that's good. I
Yeah.
take evening primrose oil, and I'm trying to exercise more and cut out certain things out of my diet. But, sometimes I think I'm dealing with it, and then next minute there's something else that happens, and I'm like, or I get sudden night sweats or day sweats, and I'm like, why has that come back? I thought I'd gotten over that.
Yeah.
So it is a constant learning process, and I have to give myself, for the first time in my life, actually, I've had to give myself grace. I've always been, get on with it, strong one, keep soldiering, don't give up, look after everybody, put myself last, way in the background. Now I'm like, whoa, like, so I've spoken to my family, told everybody what's going on, this is what I need from you, and that may change from day to day or hour to hour. But
Absolutely.
this is what I'm going through, and I have to deal with this in myself, and I have to work out what's best for me.
Yeah.
So everyone around me understands the journey that I'm on, and I am just learning so much about myself. I have a lot of concerns about how the workplace, where I was working, deal with menopause. It's
Mm.
like a word from a horror film that no one wants to speak about.
Yeah.
And even though there's a whole policy, it's just unfortunately words on a paper which people
Yeah.
don't feel confident in my workplace to action. So
Mm.
yeah, it's a journey for me. So I'm working it out, but I'm
Yeah.
being kind to myself.
I'm glad to hear that, Jackie. And it's that thing that you're being kind to yourself, you're working it out, and I love the fact that you are, you know, communicating to the people around you that what your needs are, and they're listening to that. So it's almost as though you're getting to know yourself again, right?
Absolutely.
Because the
Absolutely.
menopause transition absolutely changes who we are,
Yeah.
you
And
know?
it also highlights certain things. Well, it's highlighted certain things in me that was always there, but that I'd suppressed or just gotten on with. Just
Yes,
gotten on with it.
yes,
No, I'm not getting on with it anymore. Let me take time to sit with myself. Let me take time to acknowledge and understand myself. You
yeah,
know, there's only one me,
yeah,
and I'm not looking to dead anytime soon. So I
yeah,
have to look after myself. And you probably know the statistics for Black women. We get it earlier, worse, longer, etc., etc. I
yeah,
don't want to just be a statistic. I want
absolutely.
to blossom and grow and move into this with grace and not look like a madwoman at all
Yeah,
times. I
yeah.
may look like a madwoman sometimes, and if I
It's
do,
okay
leave
to
me
do that
alone, don't
still.
chat to me. But, you know, at one point I turned into a lunatic. I felt like I'd been put in a washing machine and put on a spin cycle, and I didn't know when it was going to end. But I'm flowing with this season, and thank God I have the opportunity. I've left my job, so
Yeah,
I've just been working out my notice.
yeah,
But I have to do this for me. I have to.
yeah. And good for you. And you know, we had Dr. Hussein on last week as a guest speaker.
Oh,
We spoke about neurodiversity and menopause.
Dr. Hussein.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm yet to upload it on our YouTube channel because the Menopause Wellness community have got a YouTube channel. So every time we do a live, I would ordinarily just post it onto the YouTube channel. So I haven't posted that one yet. So I will post that on there so you can have a listen to it at your leisure.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sounds
what we
awesome.
spoke about. But this is more we're going to talk about more because again, in the menopause wellness community, we've got a book. We've got a book called Hot, Wise and Unapologetic, and it's got stories of about not full it's just synopsis about menopause warriors, and there is a neurodivergent menopause warrior in here, and shares her story on how her neurodivergency her neurodivergence has exacerbated her menopause symptoms
Mm-hmm.
and how she navigates through that.
Oh,
So
awesome. I'll
yeah,
check it out.
it'll be great to kind of like maybe have a conversation with you outside of the lives, if you're happy for me to do that, and just let's talk a bit more because I'm fascinated about the experiences of women navigating through menopause who are neurodivergent.
Yeah, it is. It takes all your ADHD symptoms that you've been masking and just about managing, and it just throws them up in the air and multiplies them by 5, and
Yeah,
you just gotta just try and get through it, really. But yeah, I'd be happy to have a discussion with you outside of the live, and I'm also writing a book talking about my experiences and looking to connect with people who've had similar experiences. So yeah,
okay, great. See, everything for a reason. You see, everything for a reason.
amen.
We'll definitely talk. We'll definitely talk because I self-publish books. So
Oh, because I'm looking. I was that's the stage I'm at, trying to figure out whether I'm going to self-publish or find a publisher and an editor. So
okay,
yeah, it'd be great
we
to
can have
connect.
a chat. We can have a chat. Definitely.
Awesome.
I'll connect with you. Yeah, I will follow you. Actually, I'll let me follow you, and then I can connect with you as well, and we will definitely chat. But Jackie, thank you for coming up and sharing your truth, because this is what we need to do. We need to find our voices, and we need to be sharing our truth. Without sharing our truth, then people are not going to. We have to command the people wanting to, they need to listen to us, and they need to listen to what our needs are, and everyone's needs are going to be different. So thank you for coming up.
Can I just say, since I've started this journey, I've spoken to so many women in my church and in the community, and about their what's going on for them. And then I've said to them, have you thought about menopause? Have you thought about perimenopause? And they're like, oh, tell me more. So I think there's a lot of people out there that are just trying to get on with it and not acknowledging it and not realizing what's happening to them. So it's important that we do speak up and
Absolutely. And I in the menopause wellness community, I actually give an hour free webinar to businesses, organizations. So please get in touch with me if you would like that hour webinar. And it's just understanding menopause, and that's what we need to do, start having these conversations. So once we start having these conversations, it allows others to just feel a bit more confident and comfortable in talking about the conversation, rather than keeping it as a taboo.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah. So let's keep talking. That's what we need to do. But thank you very much, Jackie. You're welcome to stay up on the platform. I'm just going to welcome everyone in. Those of you who've joined and caught the mid of the conversation. My name is Jackie. I am a menopause wellness practitioner and a menopause nutrition and weight loss management practitioner. And you have come into the menopause wellness community live. It wasn't planned. I had a couple of meetings this morning, and I just thought, you know what? I went with my gut and I just came on and to do an impromptu live, just a menopause drop-in. So if you do have questions about the menopause, you want to share your truth about it, you want something clarified, this is a community to give you, just educate more. We educating each other, because this menopause thing, I tell you, it can be a minefield. It can be a minefield. I was saying before, sharing some information around the menopause, and I was going through did you know information, because I love my research, and I love statistical data. And I also mentioned about the symptoms that I was going to go through. So I'm going to quickly look at some of these comments and see if I need to answer any questions. And then I'll come over to the perimenopause and menopause symptoms and share it with you. Now, it's 90 symptoms I've got on this list. I truly believe there's more. However, it's not to overwhelm you. It is just about raising awareness that this symptom that you've been experiencing, could it be because of the perimenopause or menopause? Okay, so let me just check the questions and then on comments, and then I'll come back to that. You could be taking about my... Yeah, thank you for the follow, baby. Thank you for the follow. If you're not part of the community and you'd love to be part of the community, all you need to do is follow. Hey, Journey, how are you? Welcome. Hey, Karen, welcome. So yeah, all you need to do is follow, and then when I do a scheduled live, I'm going back to 1 day a week doing a scheduled live. I haven't committed to which day it is because my work schedule is so busy. So we'll go on to do a scheduled live and let you know by putting it in the post. So do just follow the community and then you'll see when I post. Hi Marwa, welcome. Did anyone find that they started getting heavy periods pre-menopause? That can happen. So perimenopause, your periods can start to become erratic. Whether they get heavy, whether they get light, whether you have a period and then you don't see one for 2 months or 4 months, or whether you have consistent bleeding, this is erratic. Yeah, these are typical signs of perimenopause. Don't get me wrong, don't just accept that it's perimenopause. Go and speak to a GP about it. Please, Queens, when things are happening to us, right? Life is lifing, but sometimes you got to pause and go and deal with your health, right? Because we're so well known to, get on with it. We need to stop doing that. We really need to stop doing that, okay? Your body is giving you signals for a reason. We need to stop, pause, and listen to what our body is telling us, right? and then go and speak to our GPs about it, or go and see a specialist. Just let's not ignore it. Let me just see what else. I didn't know. How does hot flushes? You didn't know. Mara, what are you asking? Hot flushes? Because hot flushes can... what is hot flushes, or how does hot flushes... When we have about 200 or more hormones in our body, okay? But there's three queens that play a contributing factor when we are navigating through the menopause. You've got estrogen, or estrogen, people pronounce it, progesterone, and testosterone. Yes, we do as women have testosterone, not as high levels as males, but we do, okay? So each of these hormones contribute to many things in our body, like estrogen, our brain health, our heart health, skin, nail health, those sort of things, okay? Where testosterone will be things like mood, contributing factor to mood swings, our libido. So these are our hormones, right? And those are the three key hormones that what happens when we hit this midlife transition is that those three key hormones will start to decline. Okay, they can rapidly decline. Whilst they're declining, they can also fluctuate. So they can go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, however they will choose to do. So we just have to be mindful about, what they do, and how we can start preparing. If we're not at that part of a life at the moment, how can we start preparing to have a smoother transition, the smoothest transition we can? Okay, because remember, 24% of women do not experience any symptoms at all. But hot flushes, listen, these hot flushes, I had the here. Hot flushes can last anything from 30 seconds to 10 minutes. Research shows, and I'm telling you, they're not nice. You will literally just get that hot flush to the point where I've had a hot flush before where I have been sweating so bad I could feel and see the sweat dripping while I was training, actually. Do you know what? It used to be embarrassing, but do you know what? I'm embracing this journey. So I'm just embracing these symptoms now. But as I said, I've gone from experiencing 12 symptoms to only experiencing 2 symptoms now. And that is through changing my diet and how I eat. Thank you for the roses. Thank you everyone who's tapped the screen and send the likes. Thank you for all the roses, and thank you for all the follows. It's not gone unnoticed. Good afternoon, Emerald. Good afternoon. I thought it's 49 and Perry is whooping my... Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you know what? And that's what it feels like. I remember it felt like it was whooping me as well. It was whooping my backside. But do you know what? I decided to partner with it. I have to work in partnership with it because I can't fight against it. It is a transition that is going to happen, whether I want it to or not. It's going to happen. So do you know what? All right. Let me just introduce myself. Menopause. I'm Jackie Menopause. And I had to just kind of work in partnership and listen to my body. It was like getting to know myself all over again. Like Jackie mentioned earlier on, getting to know yourself all over again, right? Making a new routine, changing things up slightly, revisiting things. All right, I used to do this before and it was fine, but now it's not. Because this life transition ain't liking what you used to do. So you have to kind of swap things up. And you can't argue with it. You have to work with it. So it is about getting to know yourself. And I really hope you are able to find something that works for you. Like I said, this transition is one journey, but my goodness me, we are going to go through many other journeys, particularly when trying to identify what works for us. Okay, let me go to... I'll come back to the question, but let me go over to the perimenopause and menopause symptoms, okay? So there are 90 here. I truly believe there's more, because more and more, the more research I do, the more and more I'm figuring it out. And, you know, I will experience something and I think, oh, what's happened there? And yeah, we will figure it out. Let's look at this. So this symptom, I'm just going to quickly go through it, okay? I'm going to read through all of them. Insomnia, palpitations, vaginal dryness, weight loss, hair loss, dry skin, muscle pain, acne, blood pressure dips, incontinence, depression, eczema, blood pressure spikes, hot flushes, low libido, anxiety, pain during sex, migraines, sugar spikes, brittle nails, vaginal atrophy, dizziness, fatigue, weight gain, panic attacks, joint pain, nausea, frequent urination, fatigue, high libido, frequent UTIs, facial hair, dry mouth, excess mucus, dry tongue, anal incontinence, bloating, itching, tinnitus, worsening allergies, irregular periods, vertigo, gum pain, brain fog, dry eyes, psoriasis, thrush, flooding, acid reflux, rage, burning tongue, brittle, dry hair, metallic taste in the mouth, vaginal itching, rosacea, that's inflammation of the skin. Whether I said it correctly or not is another thing. Electric shocks, restless legs, pins and needles, random tears, metabolism changes. There's more. Food cravings, breast pain, extra heavy periods, forgetfulness, lack of concentration, shortness of breath, unpleasant body odor, tingling hands, tingling feet, fluid retention, clumsiness, underarm odor, blurry vision, chills, voice pitch changes, loss of bone density, irregular heartbeat, severe cramping, increased body hair, breast changes, skin sensitivity, numbness feet, numbness to hands, extra long periods, depth perception issues, paranoia, bowel issues, constipation, difficulty swallowing, back pain, indigestion, bleeding gums, crawling skin, irritability, bad breath, aching teeth. You let me know what's missing from there. Is there anything that you are experiencing as a symptom that you may feel it is to do with perimenopause, menopause, that I have not read out? I am telling you now. And this is why we need to keep talking about it, because when you do research, right, my research indicates that only 34 of those symptoms are recognized as menopausal symptoms. We need to keep talking about this, because on record, it's recognized, probably because many of us have been talking about those symptoms. But these symptoms that we're not talking about, they're not going to be taken. Now, what I will say to you is that, again, I did not read out that list to overwhelm anyone. It's about raising awareness. It may be that you are experiencing unpleasant body odor and think that something's going on, or think nothing's going on. But why is it happening? Because it wasn't happening before. Is it to do with my perimenopause or menopause, or even postmenopause? Because I don't know why they haven't added postmenopause on there, because just because we're in postmenopause, you know, when you research postmenopause, it does actually state that it's the end of the menopause. Could be misleading. We are in postmenopause for the rest of our lives now. Okay. What happens with postmenopause is that our hormones will start to stabilize. They can start stabilizing. And you may find that the symptoms that you was experiencing prior to postmenopause, they start to diminish slightly or totally disappear. However, it can be still there. I have women in their 70s still experiencing hot flushes and night sweats, but they will say to me, I've passed menopause. Well, you're in postmenopause. I met a woman on holiday a while back, and she was talking about all these ailments she was going through. And she said that her doctor keeps treating her for UTIs. She keep putting her on antibiotics and it's not working. What I said to her is, Are you sure it's not your postmenopause? Didn't even consider that. Because after a certain age, sometimes we feel, oh, we've passed it. Well, we're still in it. This is why we need to look after our bodies. It's not a thing where we're only going to do it for this amount of time and then we'll stop when we get through the menopause. No, we need to continue with it. We absolutely need to continue with it. Yeah, so that is the list. My goodness me, it's overwhelming, isn't it? Absolutely overwhelming. Hi, Emerald. How are you?
Hi, good afternoon, and good afternoon to everyone on the panel. It's so funny that I've come across your talk this morning, and to be quite honest, I think I've been going through this from since in my 30s.
Wow. Sorry to
And
hear that.
it's quite annoying at this point because it's more oftentimes it's pushed me into a depressed state.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, because I'm when you're reading the thing just now, and I'm telling myself as I just write in the comment, I think I have more than half of the symptoms because I'm having frozen shoulder at the moment.
Oh,
Um,
there's another
have
one.
the frozen shoulder is over a year now. I'm
Oh,
having it. September coming would be 2 years. Yes, I did the physio. I went and get the injections, and it's right back there, and it's even worse now. And they're wanting me to do this minor surgery where they shave the bone or what's not. I'm not really much interested in that because
yeah,
I know I need to lose a little bit of weight.
yeah.
But it's quite annoying because you keep trying things. Okay, I tried to change my diet when they say I was um heading to type 2 diabetes.
Okay.
I changed the diet. Guess what? End up in this anemia state and seems to can't get out of it,
Oh,
followed
no.
by me now having fibroids, followed by I had an I do suffer with migraines, but as you just mentioned a little while ago, it now multiplied by 3 times the amount of times that I have the migraine.
Yeah, yeah.
So I got the frozen shoulder, the migraines, the anemia, and I'm seeing my periods from since December the 28th all the way to now, non-stop. The thing is, they've put me on a pill which they say it only works like 3 months in.
Mm,
I'm in my 3 months using it. It eased the heavy bleeding. I forgot to mention in January, the second to be exact, my son had to call the ambulance to take me to the emergency because I blocked out.
sorry
The
to hear
bleeding
that.
is so consistent. The what you call it? The clots are being coming out bigger than golf balls at times. I end up having to have 2 bags of plasma.
This is not normal.
No, it's like it's a domino effect that is going on with me. And I'm afraid I go to the doctor, yes, but I'm afraid because when it comes to perimenopause, you are told that some of your symptoms are not real, so to speak.
Mm,
They're there. So I don't want to be prescribed with things for something I really don't have. It's just a symptom because of the peri. So I'm between a rock and a hard place to be honest,
I hear you.
because
And I
you don't know
understand.
what is real and what is not.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're
Right.
saying.
I'm changing my diet. I'm trying to use stuff, but every time, like everyone is saying, everyone is not the same. So, and
Right.
even sometimes the GPs treat you like if you're the same. What works for one body doesn't work for the other. And I think that's a roadblock that most GP have,
Yes.
that they think, okay, Henrietta is using this and this is supposed to be work because this is what I learned, but it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you try to explain certain symptoms to them, they be annoyed with you
Yeah.
because they think, but you're the person who's going through these symptoms and you know what they're like. So right
Exactly.
now, again, I would mention I'm between a rock and a hard place. I'm
Mm,
working towards seeing what I can eat, what would trigger me, what would not trigger me. I'm using the evening primrose.
mm,
I'm using the magnesium. I find I cannot use too much of coconut water, which that is a source of electrolytes.
Mm-hmm.
But I realize I can't use too much of that because I would tend to bring the bleeding a little bit more. So I'm wavering and I'm keep trying and it's like a failing and think purpose. One thing I haven't tried as yet though is that mane that you spoke about,
The lion's mane.
the lion's mane. I haven't tried that, and the sea moss.
Yeah.
Those are two things I haven't tried. But when it comes to the what's this thing that they're telling you that you usually body usually get less of, and you need to take my mind is drawing blank at
That's
this
all right. It
moment.
happens.
About a month ago or 3 weeks ago,
Mm.
I had a week of. We all have this foggy brain, and we all have this time where we walk to a room and we forget something.
Yeah.
But for 1 week, I had it. I think it was severe because basically I was doing a live and I had to advertise something and I was completely lost. The item was in front of me and I didn't even know what to say. I was frozen at that point in time that I had to come off, catch myself and think. And for that whole week, come in to go to the fridge, forget what I come in for. And that went on a whole thing. And that was scary for me because I never had it to that level.
Yeah. I mean, you see, even though you're going to and from the GP, I'm presuming that you're going to. Did you mention you're going to the GP about these things? Are they being investigated?
Yes.
Right.
I
Even
am.
though, still go back because this is not norm for you. And this is the thing: when we go to our GPs, I'm not poo-pooing GPs, right? GPs generally have 1 hour of menopause training, right? Unless they go and specialize in women's health, then they're going to know. But if you have not got a GP that doesn't specialize in women's health, it's more than likely they would have only had 1 hour. So, queens, when you go to see your GP, go armed with your paperwork, go armed with information.
That is so true because they're telling you certain things, and if I don't do my research, like for instance, the itchy skin.
Yeah,
This itchy skin was killing me because I'm on iron pills, and
yeah,
this thing was nagging at me. And like for a couple of months, I tried changing my washing detergent.
yeah.
I tried like stop taking sugars, be it like snacks, whatever, and it was still there. It was consistent, and it was driving me insane because it's from my ear to my head,
Listen,
basically my whole body. When I went to them, they were saying, "Oh, you need to cream more because the anemia, you have dry skin, whatever." I had to do my research to find out the actual iron pill that I was prescribed
causing
was
that.
the main thing that was giving me the itch. So I came off of it for 1 month. They tell me to come off, do my the blood test. Guess what? I have 5% of itching right now. 5% after I came off of that pill for 1 month.
Yeah, and I'm glad you use you went with your gut feeling and stopped taking it.
Yes, but what I did, I had to go through because when you go to them, they tell you things like they say, okay, maybe it's dry skin. I said, but I'm creaming. I changed my soap, my bath soap. I did everything. I have to do these things because every time you go to them, they're telling you about doing these things.
Yeah,
Right. And when you do these things, it's not really like, how should I say? I know what I'm doing. I know how I feel. And you're dismissing me when I'm telling you about certain things. And that is something that throw me really off at
yeah.
times.
Are you in the UK? Are you
Yes,
based
I
in the
am.
UK?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so
At the
when you go
moment,
to the GP, okay, and I tell it, I'm telling you, everyone now, if you haven't heard about the NICE guidelines, okay, go and read up on the NICE guidelines, right? The NICE guidelines will state the guidelines for professionals, medical professionals, about how to treat patients. And 1.1 of those guidelines state, okay, I'm not quoting it word for word, state that patients should be seen and dealt with on an individual basis. It's about individual needs. And that is
yeah.
1.1 of those guidelines. So those NICE guidelines, right? Um, you should read up on them if you don't know about them already.
Yeah, I realize in these times though, as you mentioned before, for me when I'm going to the GP, I need to do my research,
Yeah.
because when they realize that you done your research and you have an idea of what's going on,
They treat
you
you
get
different,
for me
right?
you get a better results from them than
Absolutely.
when you don't know. Because one of them was telling me, I'm couple days away, sorry, a month away from being 49, and one of the things that I'm having right now is that my pressure is rising very high. And that's
Mm.
because of mainly because of the bleeding, right?
Oh.
And I'm trying to tell them around the period of time the pressure goes extra high.
Mm.
But they're treating it as I'm having high pressure on a normal, but it's not on a normal. It's keep fluctuating.
Yeah.
The next thing now, when it's hard to know when you try to tell them how you're feeling, they're telling you how it is. So this doctor is telling me, oh, we want your thing to be 110/80. I said, I'm not 16.
Mm.
According to pressure reading, at my age, my thing is supposed to be anywhere between 130. Anything over 135 is considered high. But I'm not 16. I'm not supposed to have 100/10/80, 110/80. That's a 16-year-old child. Oh yes, yes, but we still aim for that. No, you can't aim for that. Because as an adult, when you're taking medication and other stuff, your pressure is more higher than a normal 16-year-old who's not taking anything at all. But
I,
go ahead.
you know what? You've made a very valid point. It's really important that we take responsibility to know what our normal blood pressure is, what our normal body temperature is, what our normal blood sugar levels are. We really need to take responsibility
Yeah.
knowing that information. So when we go to our GP and they say, "Oh, it's high," no, it's normal. That's normal for me.
Right.
You're
But when
right.
you
One
try to
size does
tell
not
them,
fit all.
it causes a friction. It
Of
causes a
course,
friction.
of
Because
course.
when I'm explaining to him, no, I'm telling you that when it's around my period, my pressure usually goes up. And I'm having a domino effect. Yes, I have the anemia, I have the fibers, I'm bleeding extra. So my body's under pressure.
Mm,
So it's obviously the pressure is going to go up.
yeah,
And around that time you're losing extra, so it's going to go up. But it's no, it's treating like, oh, I'm very much a high pressure case on a regular basis. And and sometimes it's like I said, you're already in a depressed state from what is going through, and to hear them tell you something that it's not like that, it's
yeah.
even worse.
Yeah. You know what? I really hope you get everything sorted out. We do generally rule of thumb that we need to be a better advocate for ourselves. And
True.
when GPs are telling us one thing, we're telling GPs one thing, and they're telling us something else. Do not be afraid to challenge your GP,
You know what
right? Because
I
GPs are
find
human.
I find in England, yeah, when it comes to women in healthcare, we
Mhm.
get a lot of pushbacks.
Oh, yeah, we do. We
We
do.
get a lot of pushbacks, because let me tell you what, last year, March, I went and do my MRI, my ultrasound, my whatever. They said I have this fibroids and I'm supposed to do this minor surgery,
Mm,
because I don't want to do the what do you call it, the hysterectomy. I
yeah,
don't want to do it. So we're gonna think.
yeah,
Until this day, I haven't gotten my appointment date. When my GP actually reach out again to them, they can say, "Oh, my consultant is no longer with them,"
mm,
and they have to find an. Why did somebody else have to reach out for you to say that? And it's over a year I'm waiting, and I
yeah,
find a lot of people running through the same TikTok and thing. A lot of people is complaining about women's health in England, where we're just getting pushed back,
yeah. We,
and
we,
that's not nice.
as I in the book, in our Hot Wise and Unapologetic, it has a whole couple of chapters, or three or four, about being a better advocate for ourselves. And as I said, I would say go back and if you don't know about the NICE guidelines in the UK, it's the National Institute for Health and Care Excellence. Right? It
Okay.
provides a comprehensive range of guidelines and recommendations for health and social care professionals in the UK. And I'm telling you, 1.1, I remember that always. Quote it to your GPs. You're supposed to be dealing with me as an individual. You ain't telling me about Sarah and Jessica. This is me, right?
Correct.
We have to put our foots down. And if we're not confident to be an better advocate for ourselves, bring someone with us so that can support us too, not to take over the appointment, but to support us too, you know.
Yeah.
But Emerald, I'm gonna welcome in Queen because she's been there patiently. Welcome in Queen. Hi, Queen.
Hi, good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon. Thanks for being so patient.
Oh, that's fine. That's not a problem. So I'm just going to say, like, on my journey
Mm,
of going through premenopause, but I'm still having cycles and I'm in my 50s.
okay.
Um, it's only that I just missed one cycle and I just went to the doctors and done a blood test. She said I'm premenopausal, but I still have heavy cycles, which is fine for me
Yeah.
because I've always been a love of my cycles. If
Yeah.
I'm not having it, I'm concerned.
Okay.
So at the present moment, for my hormones, I do CMOS. Been doing CMOS for about 6 years. I
Yeah.
do CMOS, I do yellow dock, and I
Mhm.
make that in a tea with sarsaparilla from Jamaica,
Mm.
and I also put clove in it. And I also have burdock root. So I have that, like, you boil it, keep for about 2 days, and I have it 3 times throughout the day. So that cleans up my blood. So there's no way my GP can be telling me there's anything going on in my blood. So I know when I have my blood test done, everything comes back fine.
Yeah.
A couple of times I was hot. So when I traveled to Ghana, I spent a month out in Ghana. So I did the sun of
Yeah.
realigning my whole body, stand outside, walk up and down bare feet, ate for about 2 weeks, did a papaya, lots of fruits, so and just stuck to coconut water. So obviously being in another country, the little things we get in England, your little cakes from Marks and Spencer's and those things, I didn't have it for about a month. And it was a true blessing because I didn't miss it. So with having fresh coconut water, that kind of replaced it.
Yeah.
So if I got hot, I got the ice pack and put it under my chin. That would bring back my body temperature back down. Then I thought, because us women, we like a lot of clothes and materials are really important. So I just went to Next and other retail clothes and just bought 100% cotton. So I may have bought about 5 dresses because I work in education, just to keep it nice and elegant, but change everything dynamic. So I don't use shower gels and that. I've always washed my body with black soap from Ghana. I've always creamed my body with 100% organic coconut oil. So that helps go straight into it. Now and again, I suffer with hay fever. It's just how the pollution is in this country.
Yeah.
But I've kind of just got on with it. For memory's sake, my memory's really good. I haven't had any foggy memories. Even though I still take limeade with Aragoshua and I do a lot of iodine. So if I haven't taken CMOS, like haven't made it because I haven't got time, I've got the iodine drops I just drop into my mouth.
Yeah.
And I tend to do a lot of exercises. I found that swimming and aqua aerobics would take the body temperature to a different level, just kind of just relax me more.
Yeah.
And I can totally relate when you talk about languages because in education where I'm in the classrooms with the young people, I was more a French person and different things, but doing Spanish and doing art classes and doing a lot of graphic, it's just sharp on my memory. So when the young people will come back next week and say, "Oh, Miss blah blah blah," I said, "Yeah, we did do it," because I also take notes down so I can relate to them what they've taken part. So at the general process, for me, menopause is okay. I mean, the only thing I'm actually worried about is like coming home and they said I'm pregnant in my 50s. That would probably make me pass out.
Menopause, baby.
Yeah, that would make me pass out because my children are all grown. But straightforward and willing to do a lot of different things, and that's one of my goals this year. So I do a lot of roller skating, a lot of badminton, and I just enjoy life. I mean, I've started wearing a bit more makeup this year, which is cool for me. I noticed that when I took my hair from natural in a short style and did a relaxed pixie style, I just thought my head got a bit too hot at night, and I said no way. So obviously took the chemical out because the body's not used to having a chemical on the hair.
Yeah.
So at the present moment, it's just about me reading, knowing who I am. I have a very good GP. I don't see her too often, maybe once every 6 months or if something's going on. And we have a relationship when we talked about premenopausal. And she said, I'm not advising you to go on HRT. That's fine, because I wasn't asking for advice. But we talk about the natural stuff. She said, what books are you reading? I said, I'm reading the book of The Lost Remedy of Herbs. I follow Dr. Yakim. I read a lot of books on menopausal. She said, would you like to go on the contraception? During the 50s. I said, no. I don't think I could deal with that tablet at this stage in my life because I don't have any headaches.
Yeah.
And I think by taking that's inflicting headaches to come on the body. But it's enjoyable. It's about me just having enough herbs, taking that time with me because I'm very in tune with me. I found that when I'm wearing a different material, like a dress could be mixed with polyester, I found that I was sweating. So I had to start buying my alkaline, aluminium free, and also no chemicals free. I just went to the health shop and bought those roll-ons, and that was fine for me. If I'm spraying my perfume, because I do love a perfume, I spray it on my clothes and not on the skin.
I do that.
And it's just, I'm just enjoying it. I have friends that have no issues with menopause. They don't eat meat, they don't eat certain things, and they've got no issues. It's like they just glide through. It never existed to them. But everyone's got their own different journey.
Exactly.
About going through this whole experience. And at the present moment, I'm doing a lot of herbs, a lot of fruit. I do a lot of seeded grapes, a lot of watermelons, a lot of mango. I do a lot of coconut oil, coconut water, sorry. I will buy about 10 cartons for the week and drink that and spring water. And there's a big difference. There's a big difference even when I'm going to release my urine. I see lots of bubbles in it, so I know the colour, the healthiness is going on. But it is a journey. I'm going to say it is a journey because there was, last year, I had about 2 nights of hot flushes and I had to put my fan on the whole night. And I was not sitting in the room and getting up, going back and forth to get ice packs and all of that throughout the night. So I just left the fan on. And then the temperature dropped down. And then the next day I said, you know what? Let's start putting 100% cotton bedding to make it easier. But I do like my little fleece blankets because, it's winter time and you want to kind of hug up, but they are not 100% cotton. So it's just about, you have to change many things that works good for you. Do you know? And that's all I can say. I'm always informed, and I love this platform of all the wonderful things you're talking about and all the different things people are talking about as well, their experiences and changing things up as diet. And just looking after yourself. So I'm well in love with myself, and I'm really on that great journey.
That deserves loving yourself. So important, right? It is. You are, and you know what? We talk about self-love all the time. Self-love, self-care. We need it, and we deserve it. So why don't we give it to ourselves? We're constantly giving it to everybody else. What about us? We have to. Absolutely. And this is like it's almost like you're reinventing a new you. But I found that just getting to know myself, and by stepping up on my self-care, my self-love, I'm putting myself first, and that's okay to do that. You have to give yourself permission to actually turn around and someone says, you know what, I love saying, no, I'm not doing it. Because I'm saying, but why can't you? Because I don't want to. I'm saying no because I don't want to. I don't have to do it.
And it's about sometimes just trying different things and experiencing different things, because we have to try different things. It's like, obviously, when we're growing up, our taste buds of certain things as children we didn't like, right? Now as we get older, we know that we have to try different things to improve our lifestyle, to help clean up our blood, to help with our kidney, to help with our heart. And also we have to be in love more with our organs and who we are. If we're a curvy person or a petite person or a short person, embrace it. Embrace it.
Absolutely. I love that. I love everything you've said, Queen. Thank you very much.
God bless. I appreciate you. I'm going to keep listening, so I'll sit back for someone else to come up. Thank you for your time, ladies. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Do you know what I love about this platform? We are speaking our truth right now. Absolutely speaking our truth. And yes, everyone's journey is different. You know what? If you're not confident to come and speak your truth, listen, there's another queen out there that's going to speak on behalf of you until you get the confidence to come up and step up and come and speak your truth. But we got to keep speaking about this. because that's the only way we're going to be heard, and people are going to start to, even if they don't understand, they will start to begin to try and understand. Well, there are going to be some people who will, and there's going to be other people that won't. But going back to the GP, some of us have fantastic GPs, and you know what? I love to hear that. As I said, I'm not poo-pooing GPs, right? Because there's some fantastic GPs out there. And I know the NHS is under pressure right now, but there's some fantastic GPs out there. But when you go to a GP appointment and you go see a consultant, we've got a limited time with them. So actually prepare for your appointment, okay? And I'm going to share from the book. This is our Hot, Wise and Unapologetic community book. This is a book that was published in September, and it talks about the importance of advocating for yourself, right? So I'm going to share some things out of here. So advocating for yourself, it's your menopause, it's your voice, right? So how to prepare for GP or specialist appointments with confidence. So menopause can be a confusing and isolating time, especially when symptoms are dismissed or misunderstood by healthcare professionals, because that's what Emerald said about being misunderstood, not listened to, and being like, you're not being valued in terms of you're saying you're in pain or you're experiencing something and you're being told, well, that shouldn't be happening. Well, it is. Yeah, it's happened time and time again. So that's why advocating for yourself is not just helpful, it is essential. This section here is to equip you with practical strategies to own your experience, speak up, and get the support you deserve. And you know what? This speaking up, when we get asked sometimes, how are you? Or what pain level are you experiencing? Why are we saying okay when we're not? And why are we saying, oh, it's a 3 when you damn well know it's a 10 or an 8? We need to be transparent. That's the only way we are going to even begin to start to get the right medical, or support around us, if we are transparent about how we're feeling. Let's not downplay it, ladies. So why self-advocacy matters, right? Too many women have been told you're too young for menopause, it's just stress, or you'll have to just live with it, right? You know your body best. Don't let anyone tell you that that's what you're not experiencing. You're the one feeling it, so you are feeling it. It's time to change the narrative. Whether you're visiting GP, a consultant, or a complementary therapist, being prepared can help you feel more in control and get the care that meets your needs. So before your appointment, okay, so identify the reason why your appointment. Just have some time to think about it. Why am I going to this appointment? What's the purpose of the visit? What do I want to get from it? Right? What's the main issue you want to discuss? So is it hot flushes or mood or low mood, brain fog, or something else? Write it down in a sentence or two. Be specific, be explicit when we are talking to these consultants, when we're talking to GPs. It may be that you say something on the lines, I'm experiencing symptoms that I believe are related to menopause, and I'd like support in managing them. I would go one step further and say, relate to menopause because this, and this is happening. This has been happening since, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. This is when it started. This is, how it's making me feel, the impact it's having on my life. We need to be explicit about this, right? Not skirt around the edges. 2, track your symptoms. Keep a journal or symptom tracker for a few weeks before you visit. Just note what the symptoms are, when they occur, like I just mentioned, and how they may impact daily life. Do some research. There's nothing wrong with doing research, but when we research, we need to just ensure that we are researching from reliable sources. Sometimes the internet can give us some misinformation. So things like the NHS is there if you're in the UK. We've got the British Menopause Society. There's also the Menopause Society in the US as well. There hopefully will be other things if you are a different place in another part of the world. Find out what is your local menopause support groups. So do some research, bring in reputable information or printouts. Don't be afraid to draw out any information from your phone, from your bags, whilst you're in the mid-conversation with your GP, particularly if your GP is a GP that has only had an hour of menopause training. It may be just that you are educating them also, because it's the first they've heard of it, right? They're humans. They're not necessarily going to know everything, and it is not one size fits all. Okay, don't be afraid to challenge. Questions you might want to ask: could my symptoms be related to perimenopause or menopause? Can we discuss HRT or non-HRT options? What are the risks and benefits of treatment? This is about asking the right questions. You know how many times back in the day I used to go into the GP or go and see a consultant, and I came out there none the wiser. And even when I come home, my husband will say, "What happened?" I said, "You know what? I don't even know." He said some words and I didn't even ask. Why do we do that? So pause and ask the right question. Ask the appropriate questions. These may be questions you've already written down beforehand. If a GP or consultant is saying these terminologies that you don't understand, hold on, wait a minute. It's gone right over my head. Can you explain to me? I wasn't in medical school with you, so you need to explain to me. You need to break it down. This is what you need to do. Let's not be ashamed of asking these questions, okay? You want to leave there knowing that you had a visit that, you have got the answers that you need. So what are the risks and benefits, like I just mentioned, of treatment? What lifestyle or nutritional advice do you recommend, if they can? Even things like, do they have a menopause clinic that they know they can refer you to, a menopause nurse there? Until we ask these questions, sometimes the information is not freely given up. We have to kind of dig deep and ask for this information. How can I monitor or manage long-term health risks? Things like osteoporosis, heart health, and is there someone more specialized I can be referred to? Let's not be afraid of asking for a second opinion, because if your GP is not about your health, why are we there, right? Just because it was our family doctor. Well, I'm sorry. I've grown since then. I need a second opinion. Let's not be afraid to ask for a second opinion. Okay, this is our health. If no one's about our health, then we need to just step sideways. That's what we need to do. So write down your top 3 questions before you go. I would say maybe 2 even, because we do have a limited time. I went to my GP probably about a month ago and remember reading a sign, 10 minutes, 1 symptom. And it's like, okay, if I had 2 symptoms, I can't talk about these 2 symptoms. So just jot down your questions and utilize the time well. I know some GPs, Dr. Hussein, when she came on, she said that she has more than 10 minutes with her GP. If your GP's giving you more than 10 minutes, that is fantastic. But utilize the time that you've got there. Just tips for a productive appointment. Be honest and specific. I mentioned that. Let's not downplay what we're experiencing. Why are we doing that? Don't downplay what you are going through. I just mentioned that. Use examples like, I have missed 2 days of work this month because I couldn't get out of bed because of this symptom. Let's be explicit about what we're saying and be transparent. Bring someone with you, a parent, a partner, a friend, or menopause support buddy can help advocate for you if emotions run high. Now, this is not to say that if I go as a buddy to someone as appointment, I am not going to overtake the appointment. I'm not there for them. I'm not there for me, sorry. I am there to support them. So we will discuss beforehand how you want me to support you. What support do you need? The moment they're in the appointment, if I see that an opportunity has risen that they could ask a perfect question, this is the perfect time to ask a question, and they don't ask it, I may just prompt by saying, "Oh, Jill, didn't you want to ask about this?" That's me supporting Jill. So have someone there. So if you don't feel confident you can do this appointment on your own, then what you do is take someone with you. And someone may not always be able to go with you, but you know what? I've been a buddy to someone on the other end of the phone. The GP has just been asked, do you mind if I just make the call and have a friend listening, because I'm not going to remember everything. Have them on the other end of the line. There's ways around it. Take notes. It's easy to forget what's said. Write it down or ask to record the conversation on your phone. Don't be afraid to ask for a second opinion, especially if you feel dismissed or unheard, right? This is your body, your health. If these people are not for your health, then why are we here? It does make sense. So after the appointment, follow up. If tests were ordered or referrals made, keep track and chase up if needed. Just reflect on it. What felt good about the appointment? What didn't? Use this knowledge to guide your next steps. Build your menopause care team. And this is with anything as well. This might include your GP, your menopause specialist, therapist, nutritionist, holistic practitioner, whoever. You deserve well-rounded support, and you need to recognize that and remember that, right? This is your journey, so you need what is right for you. Remember, being your own advocate doesn't mean doing it all alone. It means honoring your experience, asking for help when needed, and holding firm in the truth that your health matters always. So your voice is valid. Your well-being is priority, and you are never alone. Although it may feel a lonely journey, you don't have to be alone. So that was just an extract from the book. I've read it out before, but do you know what? There's new people here. And this is what we need to remember. We absolutely need to remember. I'm going to come back to any questions and things, and then I might be going shortly. Jenny Foe, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. If you're still here, I chat so much, I'm telling you. Made in South London. I'm lucky I got, what's that now? Oh, that's really nice. It's really nice when you have family members, partners, and, you know, that understand and will listen, because a lot of the time it's, how do you explain to someone that these symptoms are making you feel, they're not making you feel like a normal person? How do you even begin to start explaining that? We're trying to figure it out ourselves, right? It's overwhelming for us, let alone trying to explain to somebody else how we are, what we're actually experiencing. I'm telling you.
Can I say, I found it difficult with the explaining.
Yeah.
So what I did was I found a video that summed it up for me. I did my research and I found a video, and I played it I sat my family down and I played it for my family, which did a better job than me.
Yeah.
And then they was able to ask questions,
Yeah.
and that became a whole conversation. So if you can't find the words or can't quite describe it, I'd say find a video. There's lots of information out there that you can share with your family.
Yeah, love it. No, thank you, Jackie. That's really helpful. And yeah, sometimes we can't find the words. Listen, sometimes these words are coming out back to front. You know, sometimes we cannot express. And like Jackie said, there are video clips out there. I will go and start looking for them now, and put them on in the community to say, you know, I'll just have a look at them to see how they are. And if a video is going to say it, it's like saying, and always saying that if we can't find the words to express, verbalize the words, sometimes we need to just write it down, write a letter, and just post the letter even, or give the letter to someone. You know, it's just a different method of communicating. You're still communicating with them, even showing a video, even writing a letter, you know, on a little post-it note. This is what we need to do. But we really need to find our voice and share it. I'm sorry to hear that, Nanny. Had sweats all day. Yeah, these sweats are unreal, you know. This is why we talk about menopause wellness kits. Menopause wellness kits. They are, hi, Mandy. They are items that are going to be supportive to you. So in my menopause wellness kit, there is handheld fans, There is also allergen wipes, because I seem to get a lot of watery eyes, particularly in this weather. But now I found out that I've got dry eye. So I've got allergen wipes. I have tissues at hand ready as well. So for someone navigating through perimenopause, it may be that they have sanitary products. It may have their spare underwear. Maybe someone experiencing excessive hot flushes. It may be that you walk with spare clothing. Whatever is going to work for you and help you navigate through your day, that is what is part of your menopause wellness kit. Okay, it don't have to be in a kit. It can be just your items in your bag. Sometimes if I don't have a bag, it's in my pockets. So whatever works for you. I'm 50 and it can happen at any stage. There is a stage where it says it's typically a perimenopause experience is around 45 to 55. However, a menopause typically is 51 in the UK. It can happen sooner, it can happen later for women. I have a woman that I've been communicating with, and in her 60s, and she's still seeing cycles. It's different for everyone. There are factors that we may need to consider when we are looking at this as well. Those factors are genetics, lifestyle, stress, food we eat, and movement, right? Those are factors we need to take into consideration. And there's also those cultural factors as well, absolutely. I'm working with it, but I know. And this is the thing. Give yourself some grace, give yourself some compassion. You have to be kind to yourself, right? You have to kind of it's almost like reinventing yourself and trying something new. Jackie mentioned it, Debbie mentioned it, and Emil mentioned it a little while back. You're trying things that you probably would never think of trying before to see if it's going to work for you. But there is definitely going to be something out there that works for you. Right, whether that is the HRT route or non-HRT route, it is trial and error, right? Trial and error. I have more than... Yeah, that's not nice to hear that you've got more than half those symptoms. I truly believe that there is over 100 symptoms related to perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. I'm not going to forget postmenopause. Hi, Shaz, if you are still here, because we was engrossed in conversation, and this was an impromptu drop-in today. I know I smell like onions, but my family tell me, oh, well, you know what? It's allowed. It is absolutely allowed. You know what? As I said, we are hot, wise, and unapologetic. We need to stop apologizing for this transition in our life. It is a natural life transition, right? And you smell like onions. You smell like onions. But thank you for the follows. Thank you for all the likes. Yes, it is absolutely just rude. I agree with Jackie. It's rude because it came into our lives and we didn't invite it in there. But now it's there. We have to partner with it, don't we? Absolutely have to partner with it. What I'm going to do, experience just continue working. I know, this is the thing, and this is why I feel it's so more important to be vocal about it. You know what? Gone are the days. My mum never spoke about it. She called it the change. She never really spoken openly about it. My grandmother never really spoken, bless her soul. She never really spoke about it. Again, they kept it quiet, right? So now, our generation, this generation now, we're different. We are speaking about it and we're shouting it loud and proud. We want to be heard. We want to be understood. Yeah. So we're going to keep on talking about it. So many of these symptoms. Yeah. Someone was talking about me about this long COVID as well. I had a menopause cafe in Sidcup, because I do one in Sidcup and one in Raynham. And also one in Bexley as well. But and someone was talking about long COVID, and they were navigating through the menopause quite nicely, and then COVID hit, and now they've got long COVID, and yeah, things are different. And it's like you have to just wipe the slate and start again. totally wipe the slate and start again, because we have to work with it. Do you know what? If I had a magic wand, I would probably magic it away. That's one of my wishes, just be gone. But, you know, I'm just appreciative that right now that I only experience 2 symptoms that I can, I manage them well. And I know if I have my sweet tooth going on and I have it, then the consequence is going to be a hot flush or night sweats. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for the follow, Popcorn. What a grand name. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to end in a little while, but I just want to share a few more of these did you knows. Definitely. Do you know what, Patricia? Reach out to me if you because I do menopause coaching as well. As I mentioned, I am providing an hour webinar at the moment. So for community businesses, community groups. So I'll log on and do an hour webinar. You need to get in touch with me and I can arrange it. It's free. I do it for free, an hour, and it's understanding your menopause. And again, it's another forum to get awareness and just be educated a bit more and just have these open conversations about menopause and our journey, how we're navigating through it, and supporting each other. Thank you for the follow, Yaz. Please, what is normal BP for age 44? Right, somebody say Grace. Normal BP for age, right, I wouldn't go on. I'm a qualified medic, right? As in, like, I'm qualified to, like, ambulance technician level. So I do talk about blood pressure and things like that. Normal blood pressure is 120/80. That's what your normal blood pressure is. So that's what they will go on, right? It doesn't all of a sudden change for 44. It may well change, like Emerald came on and spoke about her high blood pressure. If you've got a health condition, your normal blood pressure may well change. There may be a different threshold for you, but your normal blood pressure is 120/80. Yeah. So this is why I'm saying, let's get to know what our normal, if I ask you the question, what's your normal body temperature? How many of you will be able to say, this is my normal body temperature is 37.5? How many of us will not be able to say that? Many people, when I ask that question, is, I don't know what my normal body temperature is. Let's start getting to know what our norm is. What is your normal body temperature? What is your normal blood pressure? What is your normal blood sugar levels? Let's get to know. We can start today. Listen, we've learned one way, and you know, what we need to be doing now, we've learned all these years, we've been doing it one way. Let's unlearn, take time to unlearn and then relearn, because it's going to be for the best, you know, better for us in the long term. Thank you for the follow, Maureen. My blood pressure is 175 currently. Okay, yeah, it's 175. Yeah, that's high. Is that your normal? And I would ask, anytime I'm with a patient as a medic, as a first responder, and I take blood pressure, I would always ask the question, is this normal for you? Is that normal for you? Because if it's not normal, it's not. If it's not normal for you, then it's not normal. You need to go and see GP. Because going on what normal is, 120/80, that's not normal. That's high. I'm going through perimenopause. Need help. Okay, so you can get in touch with me. You can get in touch with me by DMing me, or you can go onto the community page and click on the email link, and it will open up an email to me. I'm the only one who reads the emails. Hi, Sab. I'm going to call you Sab. SABR. I think it's initial. Thank you for the follow. I don't know if you're still here because you said. I'm just checking through before I go and share the last few of these did you knows, and then I'm going to sign off for the day. Scorpion, hi. My BP is normally around 140/85, and they want to increase my meds. Do you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to share this with you. Because I am what my profession is, I teach first aid. I do event medic work as well, and I'm a first responder, right? So I have all the equipment at home, so it's easy for me to say know this, know that. But you can go to your pharmacists, and they will take your blood sugar levels. They will take your blood pressure. They will take your temperature if you don't have the equipment at home. Now, I recently went to the GP and he said, oh, your blood pressure is a bit high. I know, I just keep a tab on it. So there are some mornings when I take my blood pressure. There are some afternoons. I notice when I take it in the morning, it's slightly different than if I take it in the afternoon. Then if you've been running around, if you just come down the stairs and take your blood pressure, I guarantee your blood pressure is going to be higher than what it would have been if you was resting before you take it. So I would always say, before you take your blood pressure, wait about 10-15 minutes before you take it. Before you take it, try not to drink things like caffeine and alcohol before you take it, okay? Because that will increase. So when you take your blood pressure, so I was taking what I was saying is when I was taking my blood pressure and it was a bit higher than norm. So what I did, I said, all right, I'm getting my blood pressure down. So what I done was I just went for a walk. I go for a 2-hour walk. When I go for a 2-hour walk, that brings my blood pressure down. That's for me personally. I noticed that a walk helps me maintain my blood pressure. But yeah, if it's higher than normal, I mean, I've had blood pressure reading at 138, 140, and I've kept an eye on it. I've got the equipment at home. Remember, if you don't have the equipment at home, then I would go and pop into a pharmacist if you cannot get an appointment from your GP. But I take my blood pressure, twice, every other day. I'm taking my blood pressure. I keep an eye on it. But again, I've got the equipment here. Okay. So those of you who are in on the live and you're probably thinking, who is this woman? My name's Jackie. If you don't know me already, my name's Jackie. I am a menopause wellness practitioner as well as a menopause nutrition and weight loss management practitioner, and this was an impromptu drop-in, and it's been really good. We've been chatting and meeting new people, and thank you for all the follows and all the likes, and I've been sharing some information and everyone's been sharing. One thing I would say within the community, it's fantastic that people share their truth, and I'm going to continue to encourage you to share your truth. When we are sharing information within the community and you see that someone's taking something and it's working for them and you think, oh, I might try that, that's fantastic. Make a note of it. Go and do your research. Do your due diligence also. Because like Jackie, Debbie, Emerald has mentioned, one size does not fit all. Okay, and I'll say that again, one size does not fit all. What works for one person may not work for someone else. And particularly if you've got any health conditions or you're on any medication, you do not want to take something and then it exacerbates that health condition or exacerbates symptoms that you're taking because of the medication. So always go and do your due diligence. Speak to your pharmacist, speak to your GP. If you cannot get an appointment at the GP, pharmacists are there now speaking to you. So you don't have to make an appointment at the pharmacist. You may have to wait 5-10 minutes before you get an appointment, but you don't have to make an appointment. Thank you for the follow. If you go to the doctors with a long list to say, they only deal with them. I know this is the only thing. And it is off-putting to go to GPs because you only can go with one thing and you've got a list of things. So what do you do then? Then, you know what? The moment I go in, I'm going to say to the GP, right now, I know I've only got 10 minutes. However, I'm dealing with a multiple symptoms here. And I need to speak to you about these multiple symptoms. Get it in straight away and see how that works. Thank you for the follow. Hi, babe. Yeah, I'll be down in a bit. I'm just finishing the live.
Okay. Did you get lunch?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I've just gone and bought some lunch. So shall I wait for you?
Yeah, I'll be down in a bit. See me telling me everyone, make sure you eat well. I have had no breakfast, have no lunch. My husband's just bought me some lunch, and look at the time. I found spending this time with you. Oh, thank you very much. And this is what we're here for. You know, we're here to support each other. This community is not judgmental. I'm not expecting, because you are navigating through the menopause, that we're going to know everything. I don't know everything. I've studied it and I still don't know everything. It is a minefield. But do you know what? Let's support each other, and this is why I'm giving you as much information as I can. Let's have these conversations. We're going to continue to keep talking. I'm going to share a few of these did you knows before I go. I did say the hot flushes can last anywhere from 30 seconds to 10 minutes. My goodness me, I don't even want to imagine what a hot flush for 10 minutes would feel like. I think mine lasts probably about 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Listen, 10-minute hot flush. Oh, my goodness me. I can't even imagine. Brain fog during menopause is real and linked to how estrogen supports memory and cognitive function. We talked about that on one of the lives, and I mentioned about brain fog, and I know we've mentioned as well what has helped brain fog. I know for me personally, I was using lion's mane until December, and then in December, because it was my birthday in December and I went away, one of my besties took me away, and we said, oh, we're going to learn Spanish. And from I started learning Spanish in December, and I do it every single day, religiously every single day, even if it's for 10 minutes, I've not had to have no lion's mane. My brain fog is... And then when you do the research, it does state that, and Jackie backed it up, being in the education, she's an educational professional, learning another language, a new language, helps with brain fog. So I'm going to continue to learn. We never stop learning, do we? We never stop learning. Menopause symptoms can last an average 7 years, but for some women, they last much longer. Okay, so when you research menopause and these symptoms, it does state perimenopause 4 to 7 years, 4 to 8 years, but it can last longer. My perimenopause was 10 years before I hit menopause. And now I'm in postmenopause. I've been in postmenopause about 3 years. I know when I first started this community, I was saying, I've been postmenopause about 5-6 years. I actually went and checked in my phone. It's 3 years. Women are more likely to experience anxiety or low mood during perimenopause, even if they've never had mental health issues before. Listen, I'm telling you, I will do one more and then I'm going to sign off. Women can lose up to 10% of their bone density in the first 5 years after menopause. And I don't know where the word after menopause comes in, because once, mind you, after menopause is that one day. So that one day, once our bodies say no more babies, no more reproductive system is happening, then after that, we're losing bone density. This is why we talk about strength training all the time. And strength training doesn't have to be in the gym, right? Some of us don't have gym funding. It doesn't need to be in the gym. It can be at home. I stopped going to the gym actually, and I do all this strength training at home now. So it's trial and error, but I will just say to you, be kind to yourself, give yourself grace, give yourself compassion. Now, I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to sign off the 2 ways I always end the live. I always send everyone a virtual hug. Always send you a virtual hug. And the second way, I just remind you that you are not alone. I know it can feel a lonely journey, but you don't have to be alone. If you do feel alone after the live has ended, reach out to someone that you trust, someone that you know will listen, and someone you know that will even begin to start understanding if they don't understand. Right? You're going to say something, Jackie or Debbie?
Yeah, I was going to say thank you for letting me on the line. Appreciate it. I respect you for that, and I'm glad that I would be able to just put that out there to let people know, and thank you so much again.
Thank you for sharing your truth. And queens in the community, listen, keep loving yourself. Don't stop loving yourself, right? And step up on your self-care, because you deserve it, all right? I'm not sure when I'm going to be back on, but I'll be back on next week with a scheduled live. This was an impromptu live, but I'll be back next week with a scheduled live. Stay blessed, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.